Welcome back all. Yes, we did it. Bitcoin is going higher, and I just want to break down something to you. I've been calling for higher, um, as you know already, if you've been watching the previous videos. I've been a bit more focused on Bitcoin, but I'm going to show you Bitcoin and I'm going to do an analysis on the forex pairs here as well. Um, Now, all right, I'm putting a count on it. It's going to get messy. In fact, I did do a count on Bitcoin that would be a lot cleaner if this was even ready. Okay, so let's go back here. Now we've got our 1-2 in green. 1-2. Now I was saying this was the low and we'll go higher. We were going higher, but when we started coming down, had to take partials obviously, and I wasn't sure if we was going to take this low because for a 2 wave, okay, this could have been the A. It looked like enough to me at first, okay, because it could be A, B, C, expanded flat over here. This being your A, this being your B, and this being your C. We accumulated here and we went higher, okay? But when I could see the distribution here, I could see that this was going to get taken. I was still bullish. I've always been bullish, but I knew there was a chance that we could take this low. In fact, I was looking at this low. And the reason why now I feel like we won't take that low is if we take the Fibonacci time here, right, this would be our one. But even if I do it a favor and I bring it here, we've gone over 3 times the length of the 1 wave. Usually that's about the maximum I see, okay? When it gets to 5-6 times, it's unlikely to be this movement down to be a 2 wave if it was to extend in time past the 5. Okay, according to time, even though it's never an invalidation, but we go with what's most probable. Okay, so now I'm satisfied with the 2. I do not believe we're going to come down and make another low. Okay, especially since the time for this 1 and 2, I do believe is about the same time as this 1 and 2, and this is a lower degree. This 1-2 is a lower degree than this big 1-2, so it should finish quicker. So, and they're about the same time. So great. We've come here. We've got bullish divergence over here. I just put on the indicator so you can see that. We got the bullish divergence over here. Okay, that's a lower low, but on the TDI, it's a higher low. Okay, you see that? So we've got the bullish divergence. We grab this liquidity. Don't need this line anymore. This line here, we grabbed the liquidity, we came up, induced higher, and grabbed the low again, and now we've broken significant supply zone over here. This last up move for the down move caused break of structure to the downside. We took it twice, and then we've gone and closed above. Now that's it for me. Okay, next target is the trend line. Okay, some point in the trend line, I expect a pull back and then a continuation up. So maybe pull back, accumulate, and continue higher. I'm definitely all in for new time highs now. So that's Bitcoin. That is Bitcoin right now. We'll jump to the 1 hour time frame. I'll just quickly address the market maker method here. So this would be my W formation. That would be the break above the 50 EMA, another accumulation here, and now we've gone above. So I'm waiting for the 13 to cross and close. That's the red line, to cross and close above the 50 EMA, which is bluish green turquoise line. Okay, so we know that the pattern is locked in, basically. That's what we call it. We call the patterns locked in. You can see the volume in this candle when we took over there. If we go to the 15-minute, it's already locked in. Okay, so we got the 13 crossed the 50 EMA, returned to the zone, like below the 13, almost tapped the 50, came back up, closed above, it's locked in. We're above the 50 static, we're locked in. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Continuations higher. No need to look for shorts. All I would do is continuously look for buys. I mean, look at this. Once we close above here, well, above here really, that's a confirmed accumulation. We close above here, this would be a confirmed accumulation in the direction of the trend. So I'm happy with Bitcoin, truly happy with Bitcoin. I'm currently in sells for EURUSD. Okay, got to sell somewhere around here. Now the reason for it is we've tapped into this. Hold on, let's go deeper. Where's my account? What happened to my account? For goodness sakes, trading view, man. 10 Durans. Where are they? Oh, my count is gone. Alright, I can do a quick one here. I'll do a quick count here, okay? So I've got at least a completed third wave here. So, 1, 2, 3, internally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives us our 3. One, two, three, four, 5. Okay. And then that gives us our 3. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, so that's our completed 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Looking for a 3-wave move down. Okay, something like that. It could also be sideways like that. Okay, but we are looking for a retracement of at least the very minimum of 0.382 Fibonacci. So that brings us to at least here. Okay, prior fourth wave is over there. If this is a 1, 2, 3 all the way over there, then we're going to be choppy for a while on the fourth wave and then go into the fifth wave. Okay, because this can be 1, 2, 3. I don't think it is. I think this is the correct count. I haven't got the time to measure in that now. My drawings have come off. But either way, we're looking for down from where we are now. Okay. Move a bit lower. You can see what we've done here, right? We've come down, made a low, mitigated the demand, failed to make a new high after mitigating the demand. We've got distribution behavior here. Price comes down, takes out that low and the demand that this wick mitigated. So the demand is weaker than whatever supply we have above. Okay, it's come down, even taken out this wick here. Okay, so we've taken out the demand wick over here. We're just retracing to mitigate supply now, which we've done over here. Supply is mitigated in a distributive manner. Okay, now if you look closely, now so I am aiming for price to come down deep. Okay, so at least to 0.382. Give me a second. Am I going nuts? I drew out that Fibonacci, didn't I? Where is it? Either way, okay. Oh, this is annoying. There it is. That's the target, okay? At least you could even, if you want to acknowledge this demand zone here, which I do think ultimately will be taken out because I think price going to trade lower. But we could say 50% of this demand zone here, you can take out your positions right there. This could take a while. It's most likely not going to reach there today. We don't have news, but we do have news in 2 days, no, tomorrow at FOMC. Okay. I do think most of the move from here to here, at least 50% of it, would be seen before FOMC. But then after that, they're going to be setting up for FOMC, so they'll probably go sideways, trapping and stuff. So we've got a clear run into here at least, where we also have a demand zone. Clear run into there. So, I mean, let's put the tool on, risk to reward tool, go for short position. If you was to take it right where we are right now, and I won't even put my stops at the highs, I'll put my stops above this wick. But look, that's definitely where I'd put my stops because it's the 4 hours, so yeah. And if it was just going to the 50% of this line here, okay, that's a risk to reward of 6 times, yeah? That's a beautiful risk to reward. Now, what I was going to say earlier, you could look at this and say it's a 1, yeah? Instead of a 5. Let's just say the count was wrong or something. I don't believe that, but I'm just saying, if you want to be ultra safe, you can trade to the 0.382, the 50%, or the 618% over here. I'd say the 618%. I'd even say to the 200 EMA, which is this demand anyway. So quick look on GBPUSD. Also, I just took out my positions GBPUSD. It went up down a lot quicker. If I was paying attention, actually, no, yeah, it hasn't pulled back since I've pulled out. I came out here. So if I can get a pullback into this area, I've just realized this is not my normal account on forex.com. That's why my drawings aren't here. This sideways movement, to me, distribution, the last thing we've done here, or the last few things, okay, we came up, pulled down, came up to the high. To me, A, B, C. Came down again, all right? Could be 1, 2, 1, 2, or A, B, C, or A. We've pulled up, okay? This next one didn't take the high, okay? Running flat, or WXY. Come down, you can see we're going to take that low, confirming this movement here as corrective, looking to continue lower. So I've jumped out of the position and I'm looking to buy again if price would pull back up into this zone for pound USD. Let's have a look at NZDUSD. I haven't looked at this for a while actually. Haven't looked at it for a while, but we clearly got distribution. Daily hit the 800 EMA, looking for this to tank. Liquidity was grabbed here, came down, grabbed. So this is our high, this is our low, this is our range, okay? From this low to this high is our dealing range. We swiped the low of the range and came back up above 50% of the range into the supply. So mind you, the low has been broken. Okay, we broke this low. Okay, now don't get me wrong, I believe NZDUSD is more bullish than that to just continue slumping, but it can slump. It can definitely do that. We broke market structure over here. This is all distribution. This is redistribution break, pulled back into the supply zone, and if we go, we'll have some fractal breaks on the 4 hour. If we just jump to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, after swiping these highs, this demand zone here, over here, that made the last demand that was introduced into the market before taking these highs, was taken out here. Pulled up and mitigated the supply zone responsible and broke down again. Okay, so now we're in this newly forming bearish trend on the daily and the 4-hour time frame. Sorry, really happy with silver. I'm in silver sales as well. This is ideal. Okay, in fact, it's really good because 50% of that box is the high daily range and the 50 EMA. And if you look closely, you'll see that these wicks form a trend line. When you have these wicks here, okay, let me see if I can draw straight lines. You have wicks here, and they're doing this. Okay, so that's the highs of the wicks. Okay, do that one again. And then price, it does that and then goes lower. Not only have we not swept the highs, but we formed a trend line. That's trend line liquidity. So I would anticipate price doing something like this and then coming down. That's what we've got over there. I'll show you again. These wicks, okay, they look like liquidity. I expect price to run them into my point of interest, which is got three confluences. High daily range, 50% of supply zone, 50 EMA. Grab that and drop is what I'm expecting. For NZDUSD, 1 hour time frame. Okay, you can see that this 1 hour candle that's coming up has no wick underneath it. Hasn't grabbed liquidity. Or it has got a wick underneath it. Still, I see these type of candles extremely bullish looking in nature, just like the one over here. But I don't expect it to, I do expect it to run this high. Okay, definitely take out this no wick candle, run this high, most likely run this high. And then, yeah, definitely I would not be selling until we run that high. So looking for price to make a move up there, turn around and drop. It's funny how NZDUSD isn't already crashing like pound and euro. AUDUSD. Okay, so on AUDUSD, daily time frame. Oh, I just see this going down. I don't know how to explain it to you, but you see this candle, this bullish candle coming up. It's just like the other one. To me, I see those as coming up, grabbing liquidity. So we've done that here, okay, and I expect it to crash. We do have this kind of trend line highs here actually on the daily. Let's see what they look like on the 4-hour end. We'll go from there. We do have that there, so I wouldn't be surprised if we ran up and grabbed this trend line or these highs before dropping. But we are in a supply zone. We have grabbed liquidity to the left over here. Show you that. And because euro and pound are slumping, I would expect AUD and NZD to slump. But AUD and NZD have given us reason to believe that it could go higher first. So I'd wait for that. Okay, go to that 1 hour quickly. Yeah, what I notice as well here on the TDI, I can see price getting above there and then dropping. I don't think this is going to be where we diverge from. So maybe on the 15, I actually think we got. We're either going to sweep these highs and drop, or sweep this high and drop. I wouldn't be interested unless we came higher before the drop. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to post this. I'll update you later. Actually, we're going to quickly look at silver. I'm in a sell for silver. Reasons for my sell for silver is that we've had a substantial pump to the upside. We've grabbed, let me go to the 4-hour. We've grabbed liquidity. Okay, everybody's buying. They've seen the move. Everybody's trying to buy. So I can't believe my counts aren't on any. Anyway, So we've got this A, B, or 1, 2. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see that is a diagonal. As you can see, you've got the 1, the 2. The 1, you can even go A, B, C. The 2, you can go A, B, C. Yeah. And if you just look, you've got the converging lines. I'm just going to label it as well, so you can see what I'm saying here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, ending diagonal. They're usually followed by a sharp move back down in the other direction. This is one of those candles I'm trying to make you understand and know about. See, now, if you can see, this has got a wick, but it's a very small wick. Sometimes they don't have wicks. Every example we've seen today has had a small wick. I've had to zoom in to see. Okay, this candle seems to be our swing high. Let's make it so. A break of this low, confirmation sells to me, especially if we break this one. And then a pull back up would be the best entry, unless you enter where we are now, which is what I've done. Looking at it closely, wouldn't be surprised if we swipe the high and drop. We've already broken the fractal low. We've challenged this one, pulled up fast, and we got this candle. I favor straight down. I favor straight down. Oh, good. My silver counts on the chart. All right. That's confusing. Why is this one? Anyway, diagonal again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. But on this chart, and this example, I'm not looking for price to slump down. I'm looking for price to, it's like Bitcoin. Is this A or is this a completed correction? If it's A, then this is B and we need another low, or price to come down, because it doesn't have to take the low. It could be a WXY, come to the low and not take it. Could be, okay, so but I would favor a new low before continuing higher. If not, or to be on the safe side, if you're selling, you can always sell to the 200 EMA, 50% Fibonacci retracement. I expect lower than that. I do, but just saying, what I would consider a very safe trade and position is to sell here now, stop loss here, take it to the 50, even the 618 where the imbalance is. In fact, also inside our imbalance, it looks like we've got, okay, just a very low wick. I can just see price in this zone though, and this would be an imbalance. Give me a sec. That one. Okay, so that's silver, that's Bitcoin, that's euro, that's pound, NZD and AUDUSD. Okay, so bullish on the forex pairs, but looking for potential one more high before the drop on NZD and AUD. As for GBPUSD and EURUSD, they're already set pace, they're already going down. I'm already in those sells. You want to sell the pullbacks like this. You want to sell the pullbacks. It could come here, it could drop here. One of these zones I'd expect it to drop from. Same with the pound. Pound's got a long way up to go if it wants to do it. Okay, we've made relative equal lows here, so that's liquidity. Bound to see a decent pull up. The 50 EMA is here, so I wouldn't sell this until we've put a wick above the 50 EMA and then drop. It's just common, it happens, and it's also market maker method. Okay, so boom, boom, tank. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will update you later. Thank you so much for viewing. I really appreciate the involvement, and I'll be back later. Peace.